Hello everyone, and welcome to our final module of our accelerated course, EDU 671. Dr. Marie Robinson, and I am just as excited as you all to see you have completed this 7-week journey. Our Module 7 is going to be focused on leading change and managing conflict. We have our guiding questions this module are: how do we effectively lead change within our organizations? Which aspects of leading change are the stumbling blocks for your organization and also for you? How might these stumbling blocks be overcome? How are conflicts viewed and managed in your organization? What are your skills around conflict management? Our learning objectives for Module 7 are to describe strategies for effectively leading change within an organization and to explain how conflict can be effectively managed within an organization. This week, we are going to be, you're going to be finishing up your final paper. We've had many resources to draw from. All of the modules can be pulled from to synthesize and put together your plan to address the challenges at the main school. You have completed your choice book assignment and learned from others. So any of that knowledge that you have gained through last week's assignment certainly can be applied here in this final paper scenario. You are going to, again, be engaging in the discussion post for this module, and you're going to be discussing more about conflict resolution. And this is really an opportunity, this discussion, for you all to share examples of the skills that you have witnessed by school leaders that you have been involved with. Certainly we sometimes have great models of conflict resolution and sometimes not so great. So you want to be thinking about your experience and what you've observed and be able to share that with colleagues and then comment on one another's. I do hope that this course has helped to stretch your thinking about organizations and that you leave this course with additional skills and knowledge that support your leadership goals. We have done a lot. I do encourage you to go back and reflect on each of the modules. We've accomplished a lot in these past 7 weeks, starting with our own experiences with organizations and looking at the metaphors that can connect to our organizations and our thinking about organizations. We looked at our culture and climate and how dramatically each of those can impact our organizations. We took a look and took a little bit of a deep dive into leadership theories and approaches, and you thought deeply about your leadership approach and your own personal credo. Then we got into focusing on communication competence, one of the key indicators of effectiveness leads back to our communication skills, whether it be personal or organizational. And then we got into decision making, problem solving, and motivation, and how those three aspects of leadership really come together to either help or hinder the effectiveness of an organization. Last module, we looked at interpersonal communication, team and group dynamics, and organizational effectiveness. Knowing that we are, as a leader, need to look at our own competence, but then also need to work and strive to be able to bring out the best in our teams, build strong teams, and all of that will support the effectiveness of the organization as a whole. And finally, we are wrapping up this module with our leading change and managing conflict, which, as much as we would love to believe that we're not going to have conflict, it does come up. And as I will say, I know it can be challenging to deal with conflict, but the more you do it and the more I'd say the more, yeah, just the more experience you have, the more confidence you will build, and it will become somewhat of a second nature to you as you continue on your leadership journey. It truly has been a pleasure working with all of you this module, and I do look forward to learning with you in future courses. And finally, congratulations on the completion of this accelerated course. I wish you all the best.